over Jaden about 6 years ago. Jaden's biological mom was having problems, so we decided to take in Jaden. He was a great little kid, always active. About a year and a half ago, we noticed this little hard patch of skin that was on his right thigh, and didn't really think of anything of it at the time. Then the biopsy came back, and the doctor had diagnosed him with stiff skin syndrome. His skin is actually hard. It's as hard as a rock. Over the last year and a half, it spread like wildfire. His stiff skin started here, and it's gone to his hip, and then it's traveled down into his ankles. There's no cure for stiff skin syndrome at this point. The stiff skin syndrome is very painful. He has a harder time walking. I mean, there's been a lot of changes in our life, and he has to go to physical therapy between 5 and 7 times a week. And it is very difficult to get him around because he does use his wheelchair. You know, we put it in the back of the truck and we lift him in the car. Jaden also has autistic spectrum disorder, and then found out that he had some brain damage due to fetal alcohol syndrome from his biological mom. So it's been a long road. You sit and cry in bed every night wondering what you can do. You spend a lot of time on the internet to see if there's anything that's new that they can do. You do feel bad for Jaden because you don't know how far it's going to go. And you don't know what's going to happen to him in the long run.
I'd like to introduce you to two very special people, Natalie and Tim, Jaden's adoptive parents. You've taken this young boy into your home and loved him like your own son, given him the emotional support that he needed. But now he's dealing with this, which most people have never even heard of.
It's incredibly rare. It's a connective tissue disorder. And Jaden's only, the 41st person to ever be diagnosed with this. We think it's caused by a mutation in a gene called FBN1. And when somebody has that mutation, they get stiff patches in their skin that are as hard as a rock, right? And if that's over a joint, then that joint becomes immobile.
As an adoptive parent, I know this wasn't something that you guys signed up for. At any point, did you think, this is way too much for us? We're not going to handle it. No. And I love that.
No way.
You two are very special. And Jaden is special. With stiff skin syndrome, there are no cures. You can go through physical therapy to try to prevent some of the stiffening of the joints. Chemotherapy may help prevent some of the stiffness, but there's no cure. This is something that Jaden is going to have to deal with. But I think what is so remarkable, and you all are about to figure this out for yourselves, is how resilient Jaden is.
Yes.
We're going to meet Jaden when we come back.
Coming up next, learning your child has an incurable condition is heartbreaking.
I've heard Mom cry a lot.
Find out what big surprise turns this mother's tears of sadness into tears of joy. That's next.
The rhythm of life.